Hi, everybody. Adam Giesman here. Just wanted to go ahead and make a video. A few days ago, I posted on Instagram a little poll just asking who's using Planning Center and a Stream Deck to control Planning Center Live during church services and things like that. I had a few people answer that they were not using it, but that they didn't know how. And so I thought it'd be great to post a video tutorial on how to get the integration of the Stream Deck and Planning Center working. There's a few kind of prerequisites to making this happen. I'm not going to go through how to do all of the prerequisite stuff, but you should know you have to have a Stream Deck, but also for the way that I'm going to hook it up, you have to have something called BitFocus Companion. It's a third-party app. That's where most of what we're going to be doing is it's found in that third-party app. That goes along. I'm not going to go through how to set that up in this video. If you have questions on that, maybe just post that you want to see a video on how to get that set up. But for right now, we'll just assume that that's already done. So I'm going to flip the camera around here and get started. Most of this is going to be on the computer screen. So we'll flip around and you'll be able to follow along. Thanks for watching. All right, so we're here. We have BitFocus Companion installed on our computer. We have a Stream Deck plugged in and connected. The software is seeing it. As of the recording of this video, I'm on version 3. Depending on when you're watching this, this might be different. I don't know, obviously, the future, so I don't know how long these instructions will work, but I imagine they'll work for quite a long time. First thing you need to do is go into your connections tab up here at the top, and we're just going to search for Planning Center. Comes right up. All you have to do is hit add. And now over here in connections, we see services live, module name, and there's a bad connection, and that's because we haven't set it up yet. And this green toggle, this just means that that connection is enabled. Okay. Over here, this is the area where we edit the connection on the right, and we need to get an application ID and a secret key. They call these personal access tokens, and they give you a link to where you need to go. Now, if you're using the web browser that is already logged into Planning Center, the link will go right there. Obviously, if you're not, you'll need to log in and all that kind of stuff. The other thing that's really important to note is that if you're setting this up, you need to make sure that your Planning Center login has access and permissions to actually operate services live, because this token, this access token, is going to be linked using the account that you're logged in on. And if you're a person, maybe you're a volunteer or something, and you don't actually have access to the services live functions of the plan that you're trying to do, then this won't work because your login doesn't have access. So make sure you have access in Planning Center in order to do this, and just go ahead and log in. It'll just make everything a little easier. So all you have to do is just right click, hit open link in a new tab, and then it will give you this page, this developer API page. Now I already have a token generated, and mine's grayed out, so you can't see it. But if you don't have one, you probably don't. You would just hit new personal access token and go through the steps. Basically, just type a description in there, leave everything else as is, and hit submit. The description can probably just be like Stream Deck or whatever. I think that's what I called mine. I called mine Stream Deck Companion App. But it'll give you this application ID and secret. And then all you're going to do is just highlight the application ID and then paste it here. And then you're going to go back and I'll just do it real quick. So copy, paste, and then copy the secret and paste. And then if we hit save, we can see that the status over here automatically turned green. And so that's really it. That's all you have to do to create the link between the software and the companion software and the PCO software. So now that we have this set up and connected and everything's working good, I want to just go briefly over how to actually create a button and make it usable. Everybody's going to want different configurations based off of what your needs are. But I just want to give you a general overview. There's kind of 3 different ways. The first way here is you just select the square that you want to make a button on, hit create button. You can go ahead and label it. So we'll just make it test. And then down here under actions, you have press actions. So we're going to click that folder, and in our actions browser, we have this services live area, and there's just a whole slew of different actions that you can use. Take control of a plan, stop interval, set plan ID for polling, different things like that. The main ones here are go to next, go to previous, things like that. I will say if you use just like this go to next item and we look, it's going to ask you to select a plan, and then it's going to give you like every plan in your login. And that can be a lot, especially like for us, we have multiple locations. So we got different locations, different service types, the whole thing. It's a lot to go through. And every time you go to use the Stream Deck to control a service, you're going to have to open up the GUI here and select which plan you want to control. The better option, in my opinion, because this button is physically only going to be at a single location. And for me, let's just say I'm putting it in our main auditorium. So I really only need to control like our Sunday morning services. I'm going to use this third one down, this go to next item of next plan in selected service type. So if I click on that, you'll see now instead of giving me service, all the individual services, it's just giving me service types. So for me, I'm at our Greenfield location and I just want to look at Sunday morning worship. So I'm going to click on that. And now whatever the most current one is, so like this past Sunday is gone away. So it's going to look and be like, oh, this coming Sunday, there's another service. So it's going to automatically make my go to next item, whatever the most upcoming service is. Oops, hit the microphone, for that day. So this is really nice. You don't have to go in and reprogram the button every time there's a service. Like I said, your controller is actually going to be in one physical location. So you're not going to want to really give yourself a lot of options. You could accidentally select the wrong location or select the wrong auditorium or select the wrong service. So this kind of locks it into a specific service type and just automatically works then all day, which is super nice. So that's one way to make a button. Another way to make a button is using presets that they give you. So if you come over here to presets, and here you have, this is the only integration or connection that we've created. If you have more connections, you'd see other presets probably. But in this, there's current items. So here's a bunch of different presets that they give you. Some of them are blank because we're not actually connected to a service, or I should say the service hasn't started. So these are empty because no content is being generated. This of button is like, it'll tell you how many queues or items are in your service plan. So if there's like 16 items, it would tell you like you're on 3 of 16. And then when you hit next, it would be 4 of 16. So you can kind of know which number you're on. This here is telling you what queue of the service you're on. And all you do is just drag them over. And if you click on it, then you can kind of see this one is current item. Bunch of different presets. You can browse through those. And then the last thing is the variables. And so over here, there's a Planning Center Online Services variables. There's a whole bunch of different things that have been added in here. And so you can see last controlled service type, organization name, plan current item. So if you want to see the current item, I use this one a lot, plan current item key. So if you want to use that, what you do is you'd hit copy. The one that says copy to clipboard, and then come over here and just create a button. And then in this button text string, which is your label, just paste. And now there's nothing there right now, but this button is going to tell me the key of the song that we're in. So if I have this back in my broadcast area or at front of house, and I'm running like auto tune or something like that, this will tell me like, oh, this song that we're currently in is in the key of C. Now, obviously, you have to put that information in Planning Center, and you need to make sure it's correct, but it'll always tell you the key of the current song that you're in, which is pretty cool. It's good information to have. So there's a lot of different variables, but those are 3 different ways that you can add content to these buttons. And so like I said, you just browse and create and move stuff around and make whatever kind of Stream Deck layout you'd like. Okay, that's pretty much it. Hopefully that wasn't too confusing. Obviously there's a lot of options once you get the connection working, between using the preset buttons and then also all of those variables that they give you. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you found this helpful. If you guys have questions, please leave a comment. I can make some more videos or go into more specifics, maybe something that was just confusing for you. I don't do these very often, so I'm really trying to help people. So hopefully you found this helpful, and yeah, I'll hopefully see you soon.